I'll call on reporters for questions. Okay.
Okay. I'll go ahead and start with Esezi. We had him in here for a visit, and he showed great poise. He met with our coaches, he met with our scouts, and the flashes that we saw of him on tape, our coaches got an opportunity to speak with him and see what his ceiling might be. We're excited to get him here, and I think he's excited to be here as well.
Okay, we'll go to Andrew and then Lindsay.
Hey, Pat, thanks for doing this. With Esezi, just with him being right in the backyard, how much did that kind of ease the scouting process in terms of getting a lot of information on him? And then second question, just do you guys view him as maybe a fit for that kind of 5 technique role here in this defense?
Yeah, it always makes it a lot easier when they're close to home, right? And when you can have that kind of contact with them. Again, having him here on campus with us. And, the beauty of it is we've seen the flashes of him on tape. And, he's been through several different position coaches. And so we wanted to see how far away he is from a ceiling. And, our coaches think that they're going to be able to help him grow, with his football background as well.
Hey, Pat, and then my question is actually about Ty Chandler. When you have somebody like that who plays for 4 years for one school and kind of carries a little bit more, and then and then obviously transfers to North Carolina, I guess, is that a benefit for you guys to see him in 2 different systems? And what kind of stood out to you when he did get that bigger role with the Tar Heels?
That's a great question. And we were talking about that before a little bit. When it used to be when kids transferred, the first question you'd ask is, well, what's wrong with them? And now there's so many kids who transfer that it's, it's not that anymore. It's, okay, how did this kid help himself? And one of the things that was great when I went in there, I've known some people at North Carolina for a long time. And when I went in there, they said that this kid transferred, he made the transition easier than any transfer they've ever had there. He came in, he was a leader, he was smart, he learned the system. And so I think he showed through the process that, he had made growth in that year. And he's a very mature kid. And, we're excited to get him.
We'll go to Matthew and then Kevin.
Hey, thanks for doing this. When it comes to Esezi and you talk about the ceiling, I guess what do you see that kind of projects with his skill set to having a ceiling to reach, like maybe something specific about his game?
Sure. He's long, and right now he's got some versatility that our coaches like, and they'll be able to talk to you a little bit more about that. But the things that we see are his quickness, and the ability for him to maybe play, that defensive end, and then on pass rushing downs, maybe move inside. And so versatility is a huge asset for him, and especially coming into this system.
Yeah, Pat, I was just wondering, could you just kind of take us through philosophically how you look at college edge players, especially when your defense is going through a little bit of a transition and you got to decide if they're that defensive end or if they're the outside linebacker. And obviously the coaches will have a big role in that, but from your end, like how does that go?
Sure. That's another great question. I've been through several 3-4 defenses in my career, and believe it or not, they're all different. And so we've had to sit down with coach, and they kind of clinic us and tell us how they want, what their vision is for that player. And so I think with our guys, they did a really good job of letting us know that they want some length and they want some power, and still be able to do some pass rush things as well. So there's a lot of qualities that go into it. And I'm sure we will grow as we spend more time together, since we've only been together for a couple months. But we've tried to, as Kwesi talks about collaboration, it's been extremely collaborative with us and the coaches, which has been fantastic.
Back to Matt.
When it comes to Ty Chandler, the 40 time it kind of sticks out there. I guess I was wondering like how you factor, the play speed versus the 40 time, and if that's something you kind of see translate with him onto the field.
Sure, that's a that's a really good question, because a lot of times that process starts when someone sees that 40 time. That throws them up the board, and then you've got to try and evaluate them from there. With Ty, we evaluated him in the fall and took him through the process, and we felt like that 40 time fit him. As the coaches got more involved into this process, they saw certain traits that they pulled out of his tape that they said, oh, this is what we're going to do. This is how he's going to fit for us. And they really think that, he's going to have an opportunity going forward to really fit what our offense is going to look like.
Any final questions for Pat? All right, thanks, Pat. And for everyone else on, we'll have Esezi here on in just a moment, so hang tight.